Welcome back on this Monday. Chief of Police for the Evansville Police Department, Philip Smith, joins us once again to discuss several topics this morning. Of course, July upon us.
Yes, thank you for being here today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So we kind of want to start, July is a week away almost, and then firework complaints. You know, are they gunshots? Are they fireworks? So how do you guys typically navigate that around the 4th of July, this time of the year?
You know, that's a very good question, and we typically get a lot of those because the average person can't distinguish between those loud noises. So unfortunately for us, we have to investigate every last one of them. We'll check the area and make sure that we see don't see anything that's out of place. If we know if we get multiple calls for service, and it's more than likely a shot's fired. If it's a single call, sometimes that's usually fireworks, but we investigate every last one of them.
Now, there are parameters people have to kind of play within when they want to shoot off those fireworks in their neighborhoods or backyards. So how do you, and not only, obviously you're going to differentiate between, a shots fired call and a fireworks complaint, but I mean, how numerous are these? And there are rules and times in which you are allowed to shoot these off, even though they're kind of late in the night. I mean, like midnight, I think some of the cutoff times for some of these right around the holidays.
Yeah, so, from June 29th to about July 9th, I believe, you have a window from city ordinances that you can shoot fireworks from like 5 to 10:30. Then, of course, a little bit later on the 4th of July, 5th, especially depending on if it's a weekend. But, we just try to encourage people to be good neighbors. Definitely, you have to be 18 years old at least to be around children. We want to make sure that you're doing it safe if you're going to do it. But, we definitely encourage people to be good neighbors and, kind of communicate with your neighbors how late you plan on shooting those fireworks, in order to not, keep the peace kind of deal in your neighborhood.
And a lot of those complaints are heard sometimes on the scanner traffic, just the citizens calling in to dispatch and them getting the word out to the police officers. Also, that tool, that dispatch apparatus, the scanner, as it's known to most people, they have those in their homes. They like to listen to see if something's going on in their neighborhood. Recently in Davis County, our counterparts about 40 miles to the east of us, they decided they were going to encrypt those signals. So the average person with a scanner at their home would not be able to listen to those. And their reasoning was that it offsets what advantage is gained by criminals sometimes. They use that information they hear on those scanners to kind of infiltrate the investigation that you may be conducting at that moment. Is there a plan to ever encrypt the traffic here in the Evansville or Vanderburgh County?
Yeah, we've not had those discussions here locally yet. But there's two sides to the coin. And so I definitely understand the value and importance of public information and transparency, knowing what's going on with your police department. But I also see the tactical stance from the police department. If anybody can listen to it, sometimes, unfortunately, so can the bad guy. And so in order to keep a tactical advantage, I could see the point of trying to encrypt certain channels, maybe not the entire dispatch, but who knows? We might need to have those discussions here locally to see, and get all the information provided to us and then make an informed decision.
And speaking of tools, recently we just passed a threshold of 4 years. There's a missing Evansville woman, Donita Wilkerson, but as a great example, when your department gets a missing persons call, especially in adults, sometimes we know, teens run away on their own accord, but when it comes to a missing persons report on an adult, the tools you utilize, those aren't your cameras, those aren't your pictures. How do you codify that into one investigation? Because an example, the Donita Wilkerson case, not only do we have the vehicle that she may have left in, the location, the time. As your detectives put that together and build a case or try to find leads, what other tools do they utilize in addition to what the public can provide?
Well, it takes good old-fashioned police work. It takes teamwork with multi-jurisdictional agencies, partnerships. It takes technology. When you talk about, maybe trying to ping cell phone towers and see where individuals may have been last located. We have flock safety cameras to kind of follow vehicles to see, the path of travel where they may go. So it takes a lot of things. It's multifaceted.
And those flock cameras didn't exist maybe 4 years ago. You didn't have as many to utilize.
No, we didn't. And as the profession progresses, so does the technology, and we can be better at things. And of course, none of those cases are closed. Those are still very active and open cases that we're looking for answers for.
And what are some things that your department is maybe working on this summer? Maybe some new things that residents can expect, maybe some things that you guys are working to maybe change or adjust, or the folks of Evansville can maybe look forward to?
Yeah, well, we're definitely looking to make sure that the Safe Summer Initiative that Mayor Terry put out together is being followed. We started our movie nights in the parks. This Friday, actually, we'll have movie nights in Van Park that's absolutely free to families. Bring your lawn chairs, bring your towels, and bring the kids and sit down, and we'll have an outdoor movie projection. We just got finished with the Dust Bowl, which is another community initiative. It was pretty warm.
I think we have some images of you and your fellow officers.
Yeah, it was pretty warm.
That is you right there.
On the record, just for the record, let the record show that I hit that shot. The shot that they. But no, the Dust Bowl is a great event that we've been a partner with since it's been back. Maybe what, 6 years now since it's been back, and we definitely enjoyed it. It was pretty warm out there, but a good time doing it.
And you guys do Coffee with a Cop too. I mean, how has that been getting used to? Because I know you're about 6 months into this position. So getting to talk to these folks in the early morning hours, how has that been so far?
Well, but the coffee helps. I know, but it's great. I've been a part of, the administration of the Evansville Police Department for the last 6-7 years in different capacities. So it's not new to me to make sure that I'm out there amongst the people in which I serve. So definitely enjoy those opportunities to get out.
And the next one should be coming up in July. So do you know the exact date for it?
It's the third Tuesday of every month.
The third Tuesday.
So
well, there you go. There you go.
That number falls on.
Just great stuff. And a lot of things. You mentioned the movie night coming up. So just a lot of great initiatives to get involved with EPD. So just great stuff out there.
And again, we want to thank you for coming in here. We try to make it the final Monday of every month. So you've always been on that. And some of these things you planned in the past that you're now seeing as chief of police flourish. The Walking Wednesdays, the Coffee with the Cop. You've been on these. You promoted these in the past, and now you're, heading up this department as your officers.
Yeah.
Take that baton. Chief of Police Philip Smith of the Evansville Police Department. Always great to have you in studio.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
He's got the short sleeve on today, Griffin. So maybe that's conducive for decent weather, right?